The New York Giants made some big moves this offseason, and ESPN recently put out an article where they pinpointed one move, said they didn't like it, and we'll find out if the New York Giants are going to regret it. We'll talk about that coming up in a second, but first I want to hear from you and take the pulse of Big Blue. Las Vegas has the Giants at 5.5 wins going into the 2025 campaign. Are you going over or under? Let me know. What's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Let's talk about it and react to the article that ESPN put out. They gave a grade for the New York Giants offseason. They listed a move that they liked and a move that they did not like. And let's start with the move they did not like, and that was Paulson Adebo leaving the New Orleans Saints, joining the New York Football Giants on a 3-year, $54 million deal. He was guaranteed $38.5 million at signing. And when you talk about the average annual value of $18 million, which he is on, that is tied for the 15th highest of all corners in the National Football League. So, based on the contract, he's a top half of the league CB1 in the New York Giants' eyes. And we saw in free agency, the corners, they got the bag. You look at Byron Murphy. You look at Charvarius Ward, Carlton Davis, DJ Reed, Brandon Stevens. They all got a lot of money. And the Paulson Adebo contract was handed out actually pretty frequently. 3 for $54 going to Adebo. Same with Carlton Davis. Same with Charvarius Ward. And same with Byron Murphy. See, DJ Reed took a little bit less. He's a little bit older of a player. But that tells me that the NFL didn't really know which one of these corners was the best. And they all just kind of put them in the same grouping of player. Seth Walder, who wrote the article for ESPN, he disagrees. He did not like the Adebo move, saying the Giants and their most expensive free agent acquisition was Paulson Adebo. I was not a fan of the move. Adebo, who suffered a broken femur in Week 7 last season, had strong on-ball numbers over the previous 2 seasons combined, with a minus 49 EPA allowed as the nearest defender per NFL Next Gen Stats. But on-ball production isn't stable from year to year, and metrics that I would consider more important, such as target rate and yards per coverage snap, are more worrying. In his limited sample last season, Adebo was targeted 21% of the time, most by any outside corner with at least 250 coverage snaps, and had a high 1.6 yards per coverage snap allowed. Look, there's a lot to digest here from what that ESPN article said. And I'm not going to get up here and dispute the numbers that he brought up. I just think that some of the things that he said didn't really paint the picture properly. He didn't use all the colors that he should to paint that picture. I'll start with this. I'm not worried about the femur injury at all for Paulson Adebo. He's already been participating in the Giants' offseason activities. He was a part of the workout group. He's been at minicamp. He's been at OTAs, and he's going to be ready to rock and roll for training camp. I would rather a player break their femur than tear their ACL. A broken bone is always going to be better than a torn ligament. So from the injury standpoint, which I'm not sure if he mentioned that because that was part of the reason he did not like the move or whatever, but the injury is the least of my worries about Adebo. He's a really good player. Is he a perfect player? No. There's rarely any perfect players in the NFL. And there are still some things that he needs to improve upon. And we'll talk about that coming up in a second. But first, I got to give a major shout out to our proud sponsor, Ridge. If you're looking for the best wallet in the game to replace your old wallet, go to ridge.com/chat or just ridge.com. Use that promo code chat and get 10% off your order today. I used to have a really old crusty wallet. And it was disgusting. And when I would use it at a restaurant or a bar on a date, I would feel a little bit embarrassed. But now with Ridge, I feel good about my wallet. I'm confident, and so are others, as it has over 100,000 five-star reviews. Also, over 50-plus colors and styles to choose from. I love the fact that it's hard to lose. Well, you can't lose it because there's a spot on the wallet for an air tag. So if you're like me, you're always losing your wallet, Ridge, you're going to love it. So get hooked up with them. Go to ridge.com, use that promo code chat, and get 10% off. Also, there's more products with Ridge. It isn't just about wallets. They create premium, everyday carry essentials like key cases, suitcases, and rings, all built with the same sleek, durable design. They've also got a New York Giants wallet that you guys should go and check out. And because we love you, we're giving you 10% off. Go to Ridge.com, use that promo code chat, and get yourself a wallet, the best in the game, while repping the best teams. You can get the key set, keychain, whatever you want to call it, as well. I'll make sure that link is clickable down in the comments and description. My life's been better. I've been more organized, and I don't lose my wallet anymore after I got Ridge. And you could be like me and get hooked up with them and save 10% off. All righty. I don't want to be mean to Mr. Seth Walder here, but I'm just going to use what he said. On-ball production isn't stable from year to year. Okay. Well, one, I just don't agree with that because you consistently see the top DBs in the NFL consistently leading the league in interceptions and consistently leading the league in PBUs. I think there's a reason that Paulson Adebo, in every year of his NFL career, has had more than 7 pass breakups. And let's look at the last 2 years. He had 18 pass breakups in 15 games last year. Not repeatable, according to Seth Walder. That's 1.2 PBUs per game. Then he played 7 games in 2024. And you know what 1.2 times 7 is? 8.4. And he had 10 PBUs. So he, in fact, did better than he did in 2023 when he was one of the league leaders in pass breakups. That's a skill. That's a talent. Being able to make a play on the ball is something that isn't just left up to chance. That is a skill and a trait, and one that the New York Giants desperately needed. Like, I'm sorry, get the hell out of the spreadsheet. Close out of the Google Doc. Close out of Google Sheets. That is such a nerd analytics, I'm smarter than you type of thing to say. PBUs and on-ball production is not repeatable year to year. Well, Paulson Adebo's proved you wrong. 28 PBUs over the last 2 years, and he only played 7 games last year. Some guys just have a knack for being in coverage, making you play on the ball, giving the illusion the receiver is over when they are not. I just completely disagree with that statement. And the Giants had to add a corner. Like, Deonte Banks coming back in year 3 as your CB1 would have been an ultimate doom for the New York Giants. They had to go out and add someone there. I think Banks can be better suited as that CB2 next to Adebo, where Banks doesn't have to travel and cover number 1 picks number 1 wide receivers. Rather, every single week, doesn't have to travel sideline to sideline. He can guard wide receiver 2s, and Adebo can be that guy. And we've seen him have success there. Was he the best corner in the NFL? No. Giants didn't pay him the best corner money in the NFL. Top 15, tied for 15th. That's about where he is. I think it's a very fair contract. And he's still just 26 years old. Like some of the other corners that we showed you, they're a little bit older. And they may not have room to grow. Adebo still does. Like, I'm not worried about the money, about the contract, about the injury, about the player, about the style of play. Like, I'm very happy the New York Giants signed Paulson Adebo. And when you compare the move that the Giants made with Adebo compared to Charvarius Ward signing for 3 years and $54 million and DJ Reed signing for 3 years and $48 million, ESPN said they like these moves. I think you can make the argument Adebo is better than these guys. Ward was terrible last year for the San Francisco 49ers, and I wanted him on the Giants. DJ Reed, good player, limited player. 5'9". Give me Paulson Adebo. What was the stat? 28 pass breakups over the last 2 years. The Giants were one of the worst teams in the NFL when it came to pass breakups and when it came to interceptions. And that's what Adebo does. He gets his hand on the football. He takes the football away. He prevents big plays and breaking passes up. I don't really understand how you can't like it, especially when we haven't even seen the guy play. If he just does what he did with the Saints, we're all going to love the move. And we're all expecting him to take a step because he is just 26 years old. But ESPN, they know best all the time, right? Although always do. Always do. Frauds. Show Paulson Adebo some love. That article pissed me off. Hit that thumbs up icon. I think he gets disrespected in the Chat Sports office, in the ESPN offices. It's a little easier to cover as well when you got Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, and Brian Burns getting after you instead of the people that they had in New Orleans. ESPN gave the Giants offseason a B grade. That was tied for 12th on their list. So overall, they weren't big fans of what the Giants did. Didn't give them a top 10 grade. I think the Giants had a hell of an offseason. But I'm biased. Again, I drink red and blue Giants Kool-Aid. Their biggest move, they said, was trading up for Jackson Dart, which I don't know if I like that they like that because I love that. And I think this article was filled with dumb shit. So, hopefully he's right about that one, and that's the only thing he is right about. He did say the move that he did like was Jameis Winston, which you like that they signed a QB3. It is July. I get it. It's hard to make NFL content here. Not everyone could do what we do here at Chat Sports, create 2 videos every single day around NFL teams and it not be BS. But it felt like a lazy article to me where he was just checking the box. But we'll see. We'll see who's right. We'll see who's wrong. And that's the best thing about sports. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_.